Well, boys, it's been 3 years. It's been way too long, but it's good to be back. It's good to see your beautiful faces. Jordan, you look great. Sterling, you look all right.
Gosh, you guys are fantastic.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the JSB Show. JSB used to stand for Jordan Sterling Ben, which was about the most basic use of a name you could do, but now it works out to just sports betting. So we're now just sports betting podcast, even though we're going to talk a lot more than just sports betting, but it works out. Just to reintroduce ourselves, my name is Ben. We all went to Lennon High School together, grew up playing football, playing basketball and all that. Went to Grand Canyon and now we're living in Phoenix and just hanging out. I'll toss it over to Jordy. What are you up to, buddy?
Hey, Jordan. Grew up with these guys. Ben was a little late comer to the action, moving down to his homeland, the Great White North. And
Canucks.
Went to GCU with Benjamin and Tristan and hung out with Bert still while Bert was doing his thing in Cali. And now we're back and getting back to the show, which we all love doing. And I know we've talked about it multiple times. I never pulled the trigger till now. So it's good to be back. Good to be back.
It so is. What about you, Mr. Summers?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but it's good to be back, back on the saddle with you boys. A little different outlook of the show now. As Ben said, it's just sports betting, not Jordan, Sterling, and Ben. But no, it's good to be back, still down here in Cali. But good to see you guys again, and already having a hot start to the year. We'll be throwing our picks in at the end of the show. I don't know if Ben said that at the start, but there'll be.
I didn't.
So stick around because
yes, sir.
Picks will be at the end of the show. We're going to recap a couple things first, but again, good to be back, boys.
We got to give an update. Sterling, we are in royalty, Mr. Sea Lion of the Year last year. So D2 of what three-year starter at Division II runner-up national championship. Toot your horn a little bit, bud. Come on.
It doesn't matter now.
He translates into he's a betting all-star. What were you before the games tonight in the last couple of days, baseball-wise? 7-0, 8-0?
I'm 12-0 baseball right now.
12-0. So we'll get to the picks. I don't know if we have a ton of baseball, but during the week we'll post our stuff on our Twitter. I think it's at JSB Show still. And we're just gonna fire that one up again. Follow this guy's baseball picks right now because he is hot.
Hot guys.
Or tell me because it's gonna even out.
We'll see. I mean, it's too bad we didn't start this a week ago. It's too bad we didn't start this a week ago because we came off a real hot weekend.
Good weekend.
A real good weekend. We'll jump into that in a sec. First thing we want to talk about, we just watched the Thursday night football game, which was
miserable.
I mean, it's kind of what we're going to expect throughout Thursday nights the rest of the year. You kind of get treated week one to a nice opening night. After this, I mean, if you look at the matchups, they're not very good. And I mean, this is the Carolina Panthers may be the worst 3-0 team of all time.
Thursday night.
They look terrible. I mean, we were hot. The hot streak came to a little bit of an end, at least for me tonight. I had Robbie Anderson over 55.5 yards, and I had McCaffrey over 52.5 receiving yards. And McCaffrey played about 2 series, and Robbie Anderson maybe got looked at 3 times the entire game. It was just terrible, So I lost both of those. I did get the spread. We did get the spread.
Did we ride on that? Did we all have the spread?
Yeah, all the Panthers spread.
That might have been the easiest, points to take right there.
You have to. You have to. But that being said, at halftime, it was like
shout out to anyone who had Houston halftime +4.
Yeah, Houston halftime, that was good. But no, they came out and made them look. That defense finally looked good in the second half, and Darnold looked all right. But
we were riding on the spread. Jordan, did you have McCaffrey receiving yards or any other props?
I had McCaffrey over 50.5 receiving yards. So
we were riding there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all lost that one. Yeah. That was just
tough one. I mean, when the best running back or best dual threat running back in the NFL only plays 2 series, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I know.
And Sterling, you had the worst beat of the night, though.
Bad beat for me. I had Dan Arnold 24.5 on the over receiving yards, and he ended up with 23. So that was a tough one.
That is tough.
He's open across the middle. a couple times there, and one of the times Sam Darnold missed him for 25 yards. Just a absolutely tough beat. Could have maybe got a couple yards on that last catch. So it's the way she goes. Still went 4-2 for the night though. Baseball is carrying me right now with 3-0 in baseball and 1-2 for the NFL. So
without giving away, you don't have to give away your money numbers, but what's your record over the past month or since you really started to get back into betting?
This year is 36 and 15. 36 and 15 at 71% right now.
That's very impressive. I guess we should probably kind of give our totals here. We literally just started. So to kind of update everyone, betting just became legalized in Arizona. I used to bet a little bit back in college, not a ton. Now that it's legal, I'm on the train, and there was a bunch of kind of free bets to start. So it's been really nice. But that being said, with basically a week of betting, I am 16-14. I throw some dumb parlays in there sometimes, put a little bit of money out, but I'm up. We're not betting the thousands of dollars here. I'm up $180 basically in a week of betting. So, I mean, record's not too bad, but the money's where it's at. And I know Sterling's up a good chunk, and
Ben's got a lot of good parlays. He's got a
I love
great
parlays.
Return on investment.
Yeah, I'm a better ROI than a straight up single bet, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, so we're gonna throw back to last week a little bit. What's up, George?
I was gonna say with betting, not legal, obviously in Washington. Shout out Inslee. We have to do things kind of our own ways around here. So me and Sterling, I know for the most part, have been doing online on one of our websites, and so I just kind of jumped. If you haven't yet, hop on the Action app. It tracks all your bets. You guys,
yes, good call.
Really easy. I mean, easy to navigate, easy to see. It gives you all projections and all your returns.
We should all that. We should shout out our handles. Mine's Ben_Caldwell.
Sterling_Summers. Same thing.
Jordan_Wittenberg.
All right, so we have the three most basic usernames of all time, so it's super easy. You can just type in our names. That's also where we'll post our screenshots. Will be from the Action app. I mean, it's not like they're a paid sponsor, but it's a great app. I love that app. If they want to,
it makes things a lot easier.
It's so easy. Keeps track of your all your analytics and everything.
Send it to all your friends, whatever you want.
Oh, it's
you can
perfect.
Put notifications on when your friends make a bet, so you get a notification. Hey, Ben or Jordan just added this to their slip. Really easy, and user friendly. So
a lot of notifications today, boys. There were a lot of bets flying around.
Oh, they were.
Ben, what'd you go today?
1 and 3.
I mean,
but I placed all mine for Saturday. Yeah, today was a bad one.
Exactly.
It's McCaffrey and Anderson. So I am so excited for Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, we got.
What about tomorrow, bud?
What's tomorrow? I don't think I got anything bet tomorrow.
We got baseball games tomorrow.
We got four NCAA games tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we do have some going tomorrow night.
Yeah. Fresno State. Shout out Jake Hainer.
Jake Hainer
on the board. Yep. Yes, sir.
So I college football and I got a bunch of NFL. Maybe we'll have to write some baseball tomorrow too. That'll be kind of a morning time decision, see how we're feeling. But anyway, before we get into next weekend and our picks and all that, I just want to take a little recap of last weekend, because last weekend is basically the reason we decided to fire this thing up again. We had so much fun. I mean, I was sitting here, I had 3 screens going of NCAA football. We were just firing bets off, and there's a lot to recap, but instead we're just going to go to the one game that we all rode. We decided this is the game we're all putting our money on, put a good chunk on.
Yes,
USC versus Washington State. What was the line? Was it -8 USC?
It was either 7 or 7.5 USC.
7 or 7.5,
or maybe it was 7 or to 8. I think mine was 7.5.
7.5, 8, somewhere in there. We all decided for some reason that we were going to throw a large chunk down on USC, and we're regretting that a lot. It was 14-0 with a minute left in the half. What's the starter's name at USC? He's such an afterthought now. So he got hurt and we were all scared. Well, in comes our boy Jackson Dart. And Jackson Dart. Well, first possession, I think he drove him a little bit through a pick. Then he came down and fumbled. But then with a minute left in half, let him down, touchdown with like a couple seconds left.
And it was a dart.
And it was a dart. And then it was the fucking dart show after that. I mean, the guy was absolutely buzzing. We were If you guys could see the text messages from the group, it was all caps, about 15 A's between D and RT, and it was just incredible. I mean, honestly, though, jokes aside, one of the most impressive backup performances I've ever seen.
How do you lose with a name like that?
If your name is Jackson Dart, I mean, we should have hammered money line at that point.
Yeah, the name was amazing. He didn't look too hot at the start, but that touchdown throw down the middle with a minute to go in the second quarter right before halftime, that was just huge. And we were confident after that. And then we watched Dart just cook the second half.
I think they scored. What was the final score? Was it 35-14 or 42?
45-14, I think.
45. So 45 unanswered points by Jackson Dart. Still hit the under. That's impressive.
USC's head coach situation, if they do that shit right, they get the right staff around him, a nice young quarterback developer, which I hope it's like Byron Leftwich or Benimi from Kansas City. USC's gonna be back on top within the next couple of years without it.
He looks legit. He's a true freshman.
And the thing with USC, they're gonna get who they want. I mean, they have every resource at them.
It's the names, the Trojans.
Disposable. You get to live in LA. You get and basically you got your choice of recruits in Southern California too. Although a lot of California recruits have been going SEC lately, but they get the right coach, they're gonna get who they want. They'll be back. So
yeah. I mean, how do you if Dart's, I know he got a little bit shaken up. If he's healthy, how do you not play him for the rest of the year?
And we will be hammering Dart.
If the only good thing that would happen if he does not play this week is if whatever his name is goes in and plays poorly, or even plays decent, and then next week they start whenever Dart at some point again will come back in. He's going to start another game this season. He has to.
Yeah.
We are going to hammer USC. I'm going to put so much money on them because that guy is a spark plug, and he throws darts.
Yeah.
So that was a super
Fresno
fun game.
State, UCLA. You guys on that game?
Yep.
I think I was.
Yeah, Sterling, you convinced me to go. Or I think we went UCLA or something.
Right, so you're breaking your rule 2 weeks in a row. I didn't know you broke your rule last week.
Not last week. No, he didn't do last week. He didn't. I did last week.
Did you hit?
I hit the over on that game, and yes, it did hit. It was awesome.
Let's see. I'm looking. That
performance from Hainer, that he got a hit pointer and all that stuff. That was insane. Drove down the field twice with a couple minutes left. I mean, Fresno State's like, I mean, I don't want to say they're the real deal, like they're a contender or anything, but they're hit the top 25. They played Oregon tough the week before.
It's true.
And, I
mean, the reality of it is if Fresno State, they were this close from beating Oregon week 1.
Yeah.
They win that
game.
They were probably they're top 10 if they win that game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another fun one we watched. There were a couple of other just quick ones. UAB, that under was close. They put up 40 points and they still hit the under. So that was impressive. Shout out Rico Bosco for that one, since that weirdo watches like 90% of the games, he says.
And he's still under 50%.
Just a little smack talk. That was a fun one. And then the LSU over, that was a fun one to kind of watch as well. We hit on that. And then the late night, we all hit. I think we all went on BYU. I'm not sure if I know Sterling, I did. George, you hit it too.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I won't lie. I was in the bars in Scottsdale, and everyone. Obviously, I'm in Arizona, so a bunch of ASU fans, and I was on the side of the Mormons, baby. BYU.
Oh yeah, the Mormons. But you guys, both of you were on Boise State, correct?
Unfortunately, yes, I was also on Boise State.
I don't think I did in the end.
I did. I definitely hammered them $20 money line.
I took plus odds for.
Oh, I did. Oklahoma State. Yep.
I took the plus odds for the Big 12 team coming up to Boise and squeaked out a dub there.
They did. It didn't look great for the first quarter and a half, and then that was it.
20-7, I think.
Yeah, I swear that Blue Field messes with people. Not them. They outlasted it. Last one, Wake Forest and Florida State too.
Oh, that was a smash.
Florida State, how bad are they?
They suck.
Wake plays tomorrow night, by the way. I am on that, so stick around.
All right, absolutely. Yeah, Wake Forest, they look good. I mean, Florida State looks terrible, but
Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Is that against Virginia tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. So that's kind of the recap on last weekend.
There'll be some points in that one as well.
Definitely. That's kind of the recap on last weekend. Sterling, I don't know, did you want to run over some of your baseball bets that you've been just firing off on?
No, I won't run over the ones I mean, I've hit 12 in a row. I'm 12-0 in the year. I wasn't betting baseball all year until we started betting football here. I just wanted to keep it going throughout the week.
What I guess the question is, where are you getting the picks? Are they coming from sources, or are you just kind of guessing? What's got you going on the hot streak?
If you feel strongly about one, I'll throw one down. But I'll go look at websites, breakdowns, weather. Weather plays a role for unders,
Definitely.
overs. But if the line, like we jumped on what game was that? The Cubs, Twins. It moved down to 7. That's two bad pitching rotations. I don't care what the weather is. They still hit the over, right? So
for sure.
Just stuff like that. But no, I've been diving in more. There's a few good follows on Twitter as well that throw out a free pick a day. So I'll jump on those. But really, it just comes down to you can do all the research you want. It takes you pick and choose what you want, what you feel strongly about. So
absolutely.
Honestly, it's just luck. Just been looking at it.
No, fair enough. I know we just kind of wanted to touch on some other stuff. I was going to ask you guys if there was a betting line for Deshaun Watson playing a game this year in the NFL. Obviously, he's not going to play for the Texans. Do you think he plays a snap anywhere? Does he get traded? Is Miami going to need a quarterback?
I don't think he plays a snap this year, to be honest.
I don't think he plays either. Miami does need a quarterback. That's for damn sure.
They do.
Sucks. Hurt Brissett. Not.
Yeah, Brissett. I've been clowning him in our group chat. He threw 40 times last week for 169 yards and a pick. Like that comes into my card later. But I remember I was listening to the game night. They were talking about Watson a little bit, and it's like, at some point there's got to be a team because he's not on the commissioner's list. He's not suspended. He might be a pedophile, but he's not been like suspended or criminally accused yet. So
yeah, interesting situation, and we'll see what happens. But it's not. There's no good.
There's not. There's really. It's just.
I mean, if he gets reinstated, there's going to be a load of issues to come with that. If he doesn't,
it's kind of an awkward spot to be in as a teammate too. No, I mean, like. The guy you go to war for, the quarterback.
Do you really want that guy in the locker room?
That's
what it comes down to for GMs too. Like, do you want to bring this head case in with all this shit going on? And
right.
What are other? I mean, then you factor in all the other players and all the coaches and all that stuff. But it also still is Deshaun Watson, the football player.
Top 5 quarterback.
I mean,
yeah.
Exactly. So.
Top 5 quarterback and bottom 5 massage patient right there. Sorry. Sterling, you said in the chat you wanted to touch on the Cowboys a little bit. Do you want to do that later or do you want to do that now?
Yeah, we could touch on it now.
What do you got?
We got to get to our picks at some point too.
Oh, don't you worry. They're coming.
I can't wait. Got a few good ones up my sleeve.
I love it.
No, real quick, since we're just talking about football, talking shop.
Absolutely.
The one thing that stuck out to me about the Cowboys so far this year is just, one, how bad Zeke is, and two, Tony Pollard looks really good. If you're an opposing coach right now or team scouting the Cowboys, I'm more worried about Pollard, the backup running back, than I am Zeke.
Oh, yeah.
And that brings me to my main point. I cannot believe they gave Zeke that contract, especially our owners are close. I'm a Rams fan. Jerry's close with our owner.
Gurley.
And you saw how it went with Gurley. I mean, he got hurt, same thing. But how many times are these running backs going to get huge contracts and do nothing after?
Yeah. I
can't name after a big contract a guy who went off and had better years before his contract.
No,
it
doesn't happen.
It doesn't work. So
everyone's always scared to lose that because they have guys like another guy that happened to is Chris Johnson. If you remember back then, he had his 2,000 yards and then kind of fell off a cliff. It's like everyone's always afraid to lose these running backs because they have 3 or 4 awesome years. And it's like, okay, now we got to pay them big money. But it's like as a running back, after you have 3 or 4 awesome years, how many do you have left in you?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't, Zeke's really good, but how do you pay it? You have the best offensive line. Like that played a big role into it. Like he's good, but he's not like transcendent. He's not Derrick Henry where he's just dominated where he can dominate every player on the field.
No, he's not. He's not.
With this year, he's coming into better shape. A lot of high expectations. He almost looks like
he looks
slower than he did before. He looks worse than he did before. Exactly, and he has. I think what I was looking or what I heard somewhere in the last 17 games, he has like 2 touchdowns or something, which is. I mean,
he hasn't had a 100-yard game and a touchdown in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna lie, I bought it in the offseason. I drafted him in a bunch of my fantasy leagues because I was in that range for the pick. And
for a year.
I thought he was too. It just looks bad. He just looks bad.
And Jerry, the one thing about Jerry is he likes his things, right? He had to have the nicest stadium, likes his draft picks, wants to pay all his draft picks. He overpays for guys, and it happens all the time. And that's why the Cowboys are probably going to go 8-9 this year,
9-8. And one of their linebackers, Jalen Smith now, who they paid to backup. He's the backup to I want to say it's Micah Parsons, right? And Van Der Esch. So you got two guys sitting on huge contracts doing absolutely nothing for your team.
Yep.
So
yep.
Cowboys. I mean, and no one's gonna trade. No one's want to. Zeke has no worth on the market right now to trade for. He's got a high.
His contract's way too big. If he had a decent contract, he could still do it.
And that's the thing is like they have to if they're paying him like this, they have to give him the ball. They're not gonna. I mean, they're not gonna just let them sit and value just go lower than it already is. So they're in a tough situation, like you said.
I agree. Yeah. I will say on the Dallas front in total, I think they're a team that's going to be real nice to bet this year because I think they're going to be some underdogs. Like even this week, I think they might be an underdog or a very low favorite. Last week they were underdogs. I think they're better than the odds makers have them. I think that offense is explosive. Even though they didn't show it last week, they still won the game against a decent Chargers team. They're one of my favorite teams to bet right now. We'll touch more on that as it goes on, but
they are currently -4 at home versus Philadelphia.
What are they on the money line?
You want to go money line with that? -181.
See, like that's not bad. I think
that's not bad.
Especially Philadelphia just had a brutal outing against the 49ers. And to be honest with you, I think the 49ers went up against Dallas. I think Dallas wins.
Yep, I do too.
So I think Dallas is a little bit underrated. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan at all. I just think that offense is really good. And with Pollard looking that good, I mean, as much as Zeke's not that great, if you have a 1-2 punch of Zeke Pollard and Zeke's even just average and Pollard's playing like that, it's a pretty nice 1-2 punch. Dak looks good. So anyway, I don't know why we're talking about the Cowboys so much, but that is going to be a good team.
Sterling, I have a question for Sterling. I have one question for Sterling. How fun is it being a Rams fan right now?
Oh,
amazing. I mean, we have a better quarterback every week.
Matty Daddy.
Every week to have a better chance to win the game.
Baby.
But it's going to be, has he won a big game yet, right? Has he won a big game in his career?
Got a chance right now. He's got a chance this upcoming week.
And I'll be at the game. This week is going to be amazing.
Tampa,
we got Tampa Bay coming to town. They look good again. Their defense doesn't look as good as they were running the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
But they look good again. Tom always drops an early game, so hopefully this is the early game he drops.
Tell you what, though, Tom's been slinging.
He's been slinging.
Holy smokes.
But Stafford, I was telling someone this the other day. It's amazing how fast he adapted to our system. Like the first game of the year, he was crazy, like 156 passer rating, over 100 passer rating on the road this week. And if you look back to last year, Tom, new system. It took a while. I had him in fantasy. First game was bad at Saints. Second game, kind of slower. Third game at Chicago. It was a slow process before he got the wheels moving, then he went off. I've been surprised how fast it was for Stafford and how connected McVay and then Cooper Kupp, who's going to maybe lead the league in receiving yards.
Breakfast boys.
Oh, exactly.
So it's been good to watch, but I don't think the Bears or Colts are even close to what they're going to see this weekend. So it's going to be a good test. But it's fun, though, George, to answer your question.
I've been impressed with Stafford. I know he's never really been much of a rollout quarterback in Detroit. They kind of kept him in the pocket. And I know McVay's offense, even like Goff was a rollout guy there. He doesn't run the ball, but Stafford looks great on the run. He's looked really good. He's looked really comfortable. And
he looks comfortable back there. That's the main thing. And the thing that something I see in him, too, is the way he moves his feet in the pocket. He's not the most mobile guy. He's not the best I mean, he's getting out of the pocket more now because of McVay, but he's not mobile. He's not like Wentz. We just went Wentz, but I don't even want to get into Carson Wentz. But he's not like that. He's not going to kill you escaping the pocket, right? But it is nice to see the way he manipulates defense and he moves his feet well in the pocket, feeling pressure and then manipulating the safeties. So it is from that aspect, it's very, very nice to see.
For sure. No, I thought the Rams teams looked good. I always wait a couple weeks before putting like a feature on a Super Bowl. I like them a lot. I might have to do it before the Sunday. Because tell you what, if they beat the Bucs, they might be the favorite here after the Sunday.
Just watch the defense this week. If we're locking down, then I would agree. But we have a new defensive coordinator. Defense looks a little softer this year. So
Ramsey on Evans, or was Ramsey on Brown or Godwin?
Ramsey's playing.
Brown's on COVID. Antonio's on the COVID list, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought so at least, but
that'd be helpful for your Rams.
But no, that's definitely the biggest game this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to touch it yet. If the line keeps moving towards the Rams, I might hit that, but I don't have a pick on that. Follow me on my action if you want to see it later in the week.
Why is that not a primetime game?
I don't know.
Why did we just watch
last year? It was Sunday Night Football last year.
Why did we just watch the worst football game probably of the season on a primetime game, and that's on 1 p.m. at 1 p.m. on a Sunday?
You get Philly at Dallas on Sunday night. That's probably a good reason.
No, I'm okay.
Monday night, Bird.
The saddest part is that those ratings would still be better because they're in the Cowboys.
I know. I guess the Cowboys. What's this, Ravens or Sunday night? Who do they? It's Ravens Lions, isn't it? No.
It's Packers Niners.
That's right. Ravens Lions is during the day too. Packers. I guess that's okay. I mean, still, there's a potential for this game to be the best game of the year coming up here on Saturday or on Sunday. So,
excuse me, Dallas Monday night. Yeah, you're right, Jordan. San Francisco Monday or Sunday night.
Anything else, boys, that you guys got to touch on here before we start jumping into picks? George, Sterling, you guys got anything else?
I got picks.
Jordy, what do you got?
He's got picks.
All right.
No, you guys start us off. I'm still kind of writing.
All right, let me pull this up. So I got so many. You probably can't see it.
Can't see that.
So many. Let's start with NCAA just because that's what's coming up soonest here.
This might answer your
do you guys have any tomorrow night yet?
I think I have one of them. My Siri's talking to me or my Alexa's talking to me. She needs to quiet down. All right, there we go.
Sorry.
Oh, now my Siri's talking to me. Everyone's talking to me. Everyone wants to get on the pod. Everyone missed the JSB pod.
Yeah, you're popular, man.
Benjamin, chill out.
Yeah, popular with what the Alexa and Siri. I don't know if that's what I want to be popular with.
Batty.
Really with Hezbollah. God. All right. Tomorrow night, is that the Charlotte game that we have?
That's we got. Should I get it? Should I name my picks for tomorrow night?
Yeah, because I think we have some of the same ones.
All right, tomorrow night, yes, Charlotte, Middle Tennessee State at Charlotte. I like the under in this game, and got it on it pretty early. It's down to 56 now. I thought it'd go to 55. Maybe it has. I haven't checked. But
what did you lock it in at?
57.
Okay, so I'm saying it's minus 110, 57.
Yeah, that's what I'm at too. But love the under. The under play here. Excuse me, English is so hard. The under's hitting every Charlotte game this year, and 2 of 3 of Middle Tennessee State's. The offenses are just horrific. So jump on the under here. Offenses are bad. There's not going to be. It is a short week. I don't like that, but I think the offenses are just really bad here. They're going to run the ball. No points are going to be scored, and then I might even pop that in there with a little parlay on the Charlotte money line. I like Charlotte money line here. Short week at home, and the under. So that's my play for that game. And one more pick for tomorrow night.
I just have that one. What's your new one?
I have one. I just have one tomorrow night. So as of right now,
I am rolling with Wake Forest again +4.
Who they got?
Out on the road at Virginia, short week. So I know it's tough, but Virginia's defense gave up 59 last week to Sam Howell in North Carolina. Wake Forest looked really good. Versus Florida State, 45-14 was the final.
Yeah, they smacked them.
I mean, you guys are on Notre Dame this week, I think, and Notre Dame only beat them Florida State by 3, then Wake Forest is killing them. So
yeah,
Wake Forest defense,
good team. Good team.
Yeah, their defense looks improved this year too. Their offense looks good. I think their yards per play is good this year as well. So I really like Wake Forest again. I'm going to ride with them again on the road, taking the points +4.
Jordan?
Tomorrow, or let's see here, actually. No, tomorrow, I think I'm going to roll with you guys, and we were talking about in our chat. The one that Sterling already said, I'm going to go with Charlotte. The under. I know
we're riding. We're riding. I need like a button. I need like a we're riding button. We're on the saddle. The under, Charlotte. So it's under 57 and -110. So the boys are riding. Let's go, Jordan.
Yep. Yeah, so I think that's it for me on football tomorrow.
I think so. Same. I might check out that other one, Bert. It's not a bad play.
We will have baseball. I'll throw in a couple baseball, but I won't have those till tomorrow.
Yeah, baseball. Check the page. Like literally, check at the JSB Show on Twitter. We're gonna post whenever we have bets. We'll post them before they get on. We'll try and get them an hour at least up before. We kind of sprinkle our bets sometimes throughout the day, but yeah. All right, Saturday, huge day, boys.
9 a.m. games.
9 a.m. games, 12 p.m. games, 7-4. There's all kinds of games, so many games. I guess the way we should just do this. Should we just each roll through our card? I mean, and we can see what we ride on together.
Yep. All
right. So
you go ahead.
You kind of said I'm on Notre Dame at +6. It's -112. They're playing Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a good team. That being said, this is a value pick because Notre Dame is they're a ranked team. They haven't played great. I think they're a team that plays up to their competition. I think it's kind of going to be a slugfest. I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game, but I think Notre Dame keeps it within 6. I don't think they win the game, but I think they have a good shot.
I don't like this game at all, Ben. And
do you think it's a blowout?
No, it just okay. So Wisconsin's 1 loss versus Penn State, and Penn State looks like a really good loss.
They look pretty legit. They look legit.
The line started at -3. The line's at 6 now. I don't like that. That's too much movement for me. So if I did play, I'd go be jumping on Notre Dame, but I'd hate the pick, and I can't do it because I don't want to hate the pick. And
fair enough. It's just more of a value play for a ranked team to be +6 is rare.
100%. I'm in agreement with you. It is a good value there. I just can't do it. I'd want to play probably a teaser with the under there.
I don't mind that.
But good pick with the value there. That's what I would do as well.
It may lose. It's one that's kind of a toss up.
Too much going
the
on
value.
Me,
yeah, fair enough. And Wisconsin's a good team.
Is it at Wisconsin too? Is it?
Yeah,
it's at Wisconsin. Right? It's at Wisconsin.
Isn't game day there or something? But yeah, Wisconsin's one of the toughest places to play with a jump around and all that. I mean, people are going nuts there. I don't see how a Notre Dame team, exactly like one of you guys said, beats Florida State by 3, comes in an atmosphere like this one on a Saturday.
They just have to cover though, and they have a good point spread.
+6.
Yeah.
I don't think they win. I wouldn't touch money line Notre Dame. I don't think, but after that, going back on the LSU train this week on the over 55.5. It's at -115. It's LSU at Mississippi State. I see Sterling doing this. Does that mean are we riding? We're riding. He's pushing the button. Let's go, Bert. So we're riding on that. Sounds like George's riding too. So I got the over that 55.5. I honestly think LSU loses this game. I think this could be like a 45-40 overtime game. Like I think it's a shootout. A lot of points going there. I like that pick a lot. To tail off those two, I just love to kind of do little mini parlays. I did that parlayed with the Notre Dame +6. Just threw $10 on that together. Also have another parlay, Miami, Ohio at Army under 54. These are two. This is Miami is a team that's kind of middle of the road run defense. Army runs the ball all the time. Miami might get 6 possessions the entire game. I think Army's just going to run and eventually it's just going to be like a 24-7 game that stays under 54.5 pretty easily. That parlay is actually a teaser. So I got the under 54 because of the teaser at minus 105, and then I have Army at minus 2.5. It's at negative 110. I like that a lot as a teaser. Sterling, I think you did that too, didn't you?
We did do. We're riding.
We're riding a lot this weekend.
The under in Army.
Yeah.
Oh, are you? Oh, bad. Nice.
Yeah, well, I'm not riding.
You're riding Sterling a lot, huh?
Oh my God. Next parlay. I did a lot of parlays. This is how you get beat by the casino.
This is what I was saying. Parlays. Ben has a good return on investment.
Yes, because I'll win like one or two out of the five, but you win the money. Arkansas. It's Texas A&M actually at Arkansas. I have Arkansas +5. I think Arkansas wins this game. It's Texas A&M's backup quarterback. Arkansas is pretty good. I love them at +5. Like, I think that's a huge value. I almost was debating touching the money line. I took him at +5 and then parlayed that with Arizona at Oregon. Arizona is a trash football program right now, as much as I hate to say it. I love being down there. They have great bars and stuff down at Tucson. Great bar scene. But it's at Oregon. But that being said, I mean, I think Oregon puts up like 50 by themselves, maybe 60, and it's over 58.5. I have no problem with that. I know Sterling didn't love it. I think at Oregon, the fans are going to want to see points, and I think Oregon's going to deliver. I know we're riding on this one, so beep the button. UCLA -4.5 at Stanford. This is my biggest play of the week.
Breaking my rule here, like Jordan said. This week.
Yes. Yeah. Sterling doesn't bet. So to give context, UCLA is Sterling's team for college football. He usually doesn't bet them. It's like me and the Canucks. I don't bet the Canucks. We're betting them. We're riding. Push the button. -4.5 at -108 odds. That's a big one. Boys. I know we're riding on that. The other one I have, Sterling, I know you like this one. It's University of North Texas versus LA Tech, Louisiana Tech. I have LT at -11.5. Who did University of North Texas play last week that we bet on?
UAB.
That was the UAB game. They're terrible. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think they scored 6 points or something, 7 points.
Oh yeah.
In the end, but it was they're terrible.
In the first half, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think they were shut out to the fourth quarter. Yeah. Louisiana Tech actually had some close games that they probably should have won. I think they smoked them. I have no problem with
Louisiana Tech game. They're good last week. I had SMU -11, and Louisiana Tech was beating them for a while. So
yeah, I like that a lot.
I don't remember the end when I lost the spread, but I watched almost the whole game until the end.
Yeah,
Louisiana Tech looked good. They can move the ball.
Did you get on that one? Are you on that one? Yeah.
No, I am not. No.
Yeah, I'm on.
You're on it. Yeah. Yeah. And then I have that parlayed with, this is another single bet, ASU at -14.5. I actually agree. I was listening to one of the podcasts the other day with the Barstool guys, and Big Cat was talking about if they won that game last week at BYU, which they should have won. There were so many turnovers by ASU that were unnecessary. They should have won that game. They actually played better than BYU. They had a pick that they brought back to like the 20-yard line. The guy got punched out and recovered by BYU. They went down and scored. So it's just tough. So I have them at -14.5 versus Colorado. Colorado scored 7 points against Texas A&M or 0. They got shut out.
They didn't score last week.
Yeah.
I think they only lost to A&M by 3, but
but it was like, it was like 7-0 or 10-6 or something.
Can't score.
It's at ASU. That place is always rowdy. ASU's a lot of drunk students show up and have a good time. -14. I think they smoke them. I don't think it's a close game at all. So I have that single bet, and then I have that parlayed with the University of Texas LA Tech game. Then I got there's 2 games. Those are NFL. That might be the end of my picks, boys, for NCAA for now. We have 3 riders out of that though, just to start. So it's a good start.
Oh, we're riding on a couple. Let's go.
All right. Someone else talk. My voice is killing me. Who's up? Who got your picks? Saturday.
Bert, right. You got us. Take it away.
All right, first pick's a rider. You guys already know this. We're going LSU, Mississippi State over, maybe 100 passes thrown in this game. And the thing I like, I got a couple notes here. The thing I like about this game, both teams top 20 in passing, so we're going to move the ball down the field, right? And then both teams, this is the kicker, both teams are top 30 in the nation in red zone efficiency. So they're going to put points on the board as well. That's why I love this game. I was thinking this game would be in the 60s on the over-under. LSU, Mississippi State, they're going to throw the ball. Both teams don't really like run the ball, can't really run the ball. But, you know, I think we're riding on that one. We already talked about that, but
we're riding.
Context.
Good red zone efficiency equals touchdowns. Touchdowns equals the over. I love it. That's just math. We're just following math.
Boom. And we're moving the ball down the field, so let's do that.
Oh, absolutely. You sling that thing, baby.
Just on Texas Tech and Texas, I don't even have many notes on this. It's just like you see Texas Tech and Texas, they're going to score points, right?
That's what I meant to put in. Count me in.
Mine. Yep, Bert. I got you.
Oh, rewrite it again.
Yep. I meant to put that one down. That you have those two names. You have Texas Tech playing football. You just hit the over. I mean, you just have to.
Right.
And if you're interested,
lots of yards, lots of points.
Yeah, if you're interested, go look at the last 3 years, those games, and go see how many points they scored every single year. And Sarkisian
literally going to go bet it right now.
Yeah, Sarkisian likes points. What's his name at Texas Tech? He loves picking. But anyway, over, hit it, win, boom, got it. SMU at TCU. SMU killed me last week. One of my losses. I was 15-5 last week in college football. But we're going SMU +9 at TCU. Would like the over on this too. SMU's defense is horrible.
I like that pick.
SMU's offense is great. Their quarterback really good. So yeah, I think TCU is going to end up winning the game, but SMU is going to keep it close, if not backdoor. Their offense is pretty lethal. I wouldn't like SMU as a favorite. Their defense is pretty bad. LT, Louisiana Tech, which is in my pick later, messed them up pretty good. Then we got another rider with Ben. We got the two-way teaser with the under 54.5 Miami, Ohio at Army, and Army -2.5. That teaser brings that down to -2.5. Army's going to kill them and run the clock out. So easy win there. Put your money on it. I could take both. We just did a teaser, but is that a Texas Tech, Texas?
It's in, boys. $20.
We're riding.
Riding.
You could take both. I just put teaser just to be safe, but basically cash your bets out. Army is going to run down their throat and run the clock out. So
love that
next
one.
We got University of Texas, San Antonio at Memphis, and they are getting 3 points on the road. San Antonio actually has a better defense than Memphis. Memphis defense is awful, really bad defense. They got torn up by I think they're 3-0, but they've gotten torn up by everyone they played. They got lucky last week versus Mississippi State. If you watch the game, they shouldn't even have scored one of their touchdowns on the punt return. They're overrated, probably partying at home again last week over a huge win over Mississippi State. That was a big upset. They're going to lay an egg. I'm thinking they might lose. I took the points. If they don't lose, it's going to be close. At Memphis, defense is just awful. San Antonio is actually good this year. If they went on the road and upset, I don't want to mess this up, Illinois, I think. So take San Antonio and get the points. I'm thinking they're going to win. And then my biggest bet of the year so far, most money I'm putting down, you can go look on the app, follow me on the action, Sterling_Summers if you want to see. UCLA at Stanford. I know we're riding on this one, I think. I don't know about Jordan. Ben's on it already. Maybe Jordan.
See.
Over again. But we're there. UCLA is coming off a home loss. And the thing I love about this group is they're all veterans. Veteran secondary, veteran O-line, veteran running backs, 4-year quarterback. So they're going to bounce back here. They've dealt with a loss, especially a home loss before this program was in turnaround. Now they're really good.
Stanford's hurt.
And Fresno State was underrated. That's a good team. So I think they're undervalued here. They should be favored by way more, in my opinion. Stanford gave up 247 yards versus the worst SEC team last week. And UCLA has a better O-line and 2 really good backs in Britton Brown and Zach Charbonnet. And this is why I'm breaking my rule. With all that being said, the final straw was for me, Stanford's secondary was their only good quality on their defense. They could cover the pass. 2 starters in their secondary out this week. Bet it higher.
I like it, Bert.
All right, last pick of the day games. I don't have any night games. You'll have to follow me on the app if you want to see my night games. I don't touch those till the day of. So I will be doing some research.
Smart.
Maybe some early in there. But I only have my day games. So last one is We're riding on this one too. Louisiana Tech at home versus University of North Texas. Louisiana Tech is favored by 11.5, I believe. I got it at 11, and we're hitting that hard. And my notes here, I got 3 words for the notes. North Texas sucks.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
That's
do.
all you need. They suck. They're going to lose by 50.
We watched some of that game last week. They were terrible. They're
bad.
Absolutely awful. So that's all you need. Jordy.
All right. Let's see here. Like you guys as well, I brought it up. LSU, Mississippi State over. I think that's an automatic. Mike Leach offense. LSU have been putting up 27, 34, and 49 points. I don't think a lot of defense is going to be played in that kind of a game. It's going to be a shootout. So I think the over is looking very tasty there. And let's see, another one I got for Saturday was Fresno State and UNLV. The over is 58.5. Might have just moved a little bit ago, but I just think Fresno State is never going to, I think they're just going to keep marching down the field. They're not going to slow down. If anything, they're an up and coming team that everyone's kind of slept on or not heard of. And I think they're just going to keep mowing down their petition and put points on the board. So I kind of think that how that game's going to play out. And then in the Mountain West, I have Utah State +9 against Boise State. I don't think Boise State is very good this year at all.
Flip the script on them after last week, eh?
Improve this year. Yeah, exactly. So Utah State, they're going to put some points up. They were a higher scoring team in the conference.
The Bachmeier guy?
They're kind of underdogs. No, not at all. And then exactly. So shout out Rubes. He's a Bronco. Hate that guy, but love him. But fuck the Broncos. They're not going to win this game. Let's see. Going to the Big 12. Texas Tech over. Lots of yards equals lots of points. That's pretty much what everyone said. What you guys said as well. So I think I'm liking that. Exact. Got his own offense. He's gonna make some things happen. And Tech has always been a limelight for points and yards. So I think that's a hit as well on Saturday. And then I have a nice little parlay. It's like I'm not joking. I typed this out earlier today. I told you guys this, but like you guys mentioned, Arizona State and Colorado, ASU -14. Love it. Colorado looked abysmal on offense last week, and I don't know how we're gonna come to an atmosphere like in Tempe and but too many points up, if any. I mean, they got shut out last week, so you never know with that. Oregon and Arizona, the over. I think Oregon itself, like we were texting, they could put up 55, 60 points on their own.
Yeah.
Arizona might get a few here and there. I mean, a field goal, touchdown too, but not going to come anywhere close. And then TCU and SMU. I like SMU +9.5. I think it was. I'm not really seeing too many things out of TCU. They haven't looked too impressive to me. I'm not liking them too much. SMU, I'm digging their offense and what they got going on in there, but their defense is what scares me. That the points they've given up and just how they've looked in the secondary. So that is so far. I'll be again tomorrow for some more picks, and then baseball. I'm gonna hammer tomorrow morning and send those out on the Twitter account. So
perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
baseball tomorrow for me, so I'll get those out.
Perfect. So I think that covers all of college. I do have some NFL ones in that there's a chance I'll probably get more, but I went through and did a bunch today. So let me run through these real quick. And Sterling, you do yours as well. And Jordan, if you got any, fire it up. I got Tennessee at -5.5. -112 is the odds on that. Carson Wentz has 2 sprained ankles. He may not even play. I mean, if Jacob Eason's playing, I think that line probably goes to 10. I think if Skinny QB plays, that line probably goes to 10, 10.5.
Brett Hundley's taking starter snaps now.
Is he actually in practice?
He's just as bad.
Eason's first pass attempt was a pick.
He was picked by Ramsey.
Why would you throw to Ramsey?
Yeah, that's tough. So I even if Wentz plays, like Sterling made a good point in the group chat, he's not going to be mobile. That O-line has not protected him well this year. I think Tennessee's motivated after beating the Seahawks. They looked really good in that second half. They play like that in the second half. Derrick Henry runs like that, they're going to blow them out.
Also, Tennessee lost their first game at home. They're going to come back to home. They need to win.
It is at Tennessee. Yep.
They need to win this one at home.
Get the fans going. I like that. I love this one. New Orleans money line plus 127 at New England. I think New Orleans is a much better team than they showed week 2. I think Carolina's defense is actually pretty legit. That's the one thing that's going to carry them. I like the spread on this one probably a little bit better, but sometimes you gotta take the odds and the plus 127 at New England. I don't think New England's super great. You got Belichick, obviously he's a hell of a coach. But Sean Payton he's no slouch, I think he's gonna have the boys ready. I think they're gonna be motivated after last week, and I think they come in and it's gonna be a dogfight. If you want to take the points, take the points. But I like the money line. I think the Saints are gonna win that one. After that, I do have Las Vegas -4. I talked about this a little bit earlier. They're playing Miami. It's at Las Vegas. They're -4. Odds are -110 on that. Brissett, like I said, threw 40 times for 169 yards. I didn't know you could be that inefficient. I didn't know that was a thing. Las Vegas looks good. Derek Carr looks good.
Real good.
Receivers look better this year. Waller's obviously a stud. I think they smoke the Dolphins. I cannot believe it's only a -4. So I hit that one pretty heavy. And last one I have, I'm going to have two what I'm going to call like my mortgage plays, which is that if I had a mortgage and I needed to quickly get some money for it, I would put the money on these games to make that payment. This is one of them. I have the Seahawks -1.5 at Minnesota. I think the Seahawks are a much better team than the Vikings. I am a Seahawks fan, but I usually don't bet them. They're not like the Royal or the Canucks. But this one, -1.5, I don't think Minnesota is very good. They're only -1.5. I think they win this game by 10 points.
Love it.
That's my mortgage play on that. And then I also parlayed them that Seahawks money line. I did a Seahawks money line with New Orleans money line. That's plus 309, which I think is great odds for those two games. Like that a lot. And then I also did the Cardinals. They're only -7 at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's a tire fire right now. Urban Meyer doesn't look like he has a clue what he's doing. I think they smoke them. Arizona's a pretty good team. And I parlayed that with Las Vegas and Miami, obviously a -4. And then one thing I always do every week, usually it's a bit bigger than this. I didn't love what I had this week, but I always do a money line parlay where I try and pick the teams where I think I know are going to win. I had 8 teams in the parlay last week. It was like $15 to win 350. And I went 7 for 8. I lost the Saints. So that was too bad. But this week I have in my money line parlay, it's plus 454. I have Dallas money line, which I'm going to hammer more because I'm going to single bet that one as well. I really like Dallas beating Philadelphia, Kansas City money line, Seattle money line, and I have Las Vegas money line. I actually really like this parlay. I do think all 4 of those teams win. Yeah, that's my picks. That's one of my 2 locks. Bert, what do you got?
Yeah, so a little disclosure before I gave these picks out. I am not as hot as in the NFL. 8-10 overall, 8-6 straight up, 0-4 on player props. Really bad at the player props. Don't have any.
I suck at player props. I'm not doing them anymore.
Nope, I'm done with those. So 8-6 straight up against the spread for me in the NFL. So I'm going to stick with that. And to start off, I like Cleveland -7 at home. They let the Texans stick around with them a little bit last week. And then they have a rookie quarterback coming for his first start on the road. I don't like rookie quarterbacks making their first starts, especially on the road. Cleveland is a playoff team as well. It's not like he's going versus a 3 or 4 team in the division. He's going versus a playoff team at home. I think there's a lot of value there. Right when I saw Fields was starting, I took Cleveland -7. They're going to win, I think, by at least 10, 2 touchdowns. Detroit +8 at home. At home getting 8 points. Had to take it.
They're playing Baltimore.
They're playing Baltimore. Yeah. Baltimore's coming off a Sunday night.
Yep.
Sunday night.
Monday night.
Win. But whatever. Baltimore's coming off a big emotional win. It was Sunday night.
Wasn't it Monday? Who played Monday? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah. I didn't want to say nothing, but yeah.
It definitely was, Monday. Yeah. No, never mind.
Right,
hey,
continue.
Lamar Jackson's been trying to beat Patrick Mahomes. Can't beat Patrick Mahomes. He finally beats Patrick Mahomes. Now we got a letdown game next week on the road at the Lions, and the Lions are getting 8 points. I love the number there. I think they keep it within a touchdown. I don't love the Ravens running all over the Lions. They are gonna run over the Lions, but I think Jared Goff keeps it backdoor, 100% backdoor in this game. All right, next two-way teaser here. I didn't get the Cardinals at 7. That line's been moving 8, 7.5. I didn't like that just because they're on the road down in Jacksonville. That's far away. I don't like the travel there. I do think they're a far superior team. They're going to win, but I didn't like the number. I wanted it at 7 at least to push if they win by a touchdown. So I teased it with Tennessee +1 now. So Tennessee was -5 at home, especially when the Carson Wentz news came out. I love that. I love the tease there. So you get Arizona.
That's a great teaser.
Yeah, Arizona -1.5 and Tennessee +1. So love that.
What are the odds on that teaser?
-110.
That's nice. Holy wow! Is that on your action thing yet?
Yeah, it's on my action.
I'm gonna push the right button. I'm in.
Oh, we're riding. Let's go.
I'm going. I'm gonna put that in. Here we go. I'm putting on bets right now.
Yeah, so we're riding that. Didn't like my Arizona number. Just in case Wentz does play, he's questionable. Had to tease it. Would have taken them both straight up, but just being safe there, to be honest. And then I'm with you, Ben, on your mortgage play. My mortgage play this weekend, you can honestly see, because you can see what I bet on the app, is already UCLA. That's my mortgage play for the whole weekend. But I like Ben's Seattle -1.5. You got to go with Russell Wilson over Kirk Cousins after a loss. I'm going to take Russell Wilson after a loss. Seahawks have the better roster, the better quarterback. I can't say receivers. They both have great receivers. But I just like the Seahawks team right now. The NFC West is really good this year. Seahawks need to win this game. They can't drop 2 in a row, especially.
They're in trouble in that division, man.
Yeah, it's a must-win. Vikings are same with Vikings, though they're 0-2. But I think the Seahawks want this one a little more. They're going to kill them. They have a better roster. That wraps it up for my picks for the week. I will be adding more, like I said, baseball, the night games on Saturday. I have 2 bets for the college football games tomorrow night, and then I will have more NFL bets, probably a money line parlay as well. So go look on the Action app. But yeah, that's it for the week.
Jordy.
Yeah, no, like Sterling said, we'll keep throwing our stuff on the Action app. If you don't bet us on here, we'll always be posting that stuff hourly on there. But for Sunday, I got Arizona -7.5 against Jacksonville. Like Ben said, dumpster fire of a franchise right now. They can't protect Trevor Lawrence. And Arizona is just too solid of a team to go. I think that's an easy and I wouldn't say easy cover, but that's a coverable number. I think for Arizona going down there, they're playing well. They squeaked out against Minnesota. I think they're due for a big game from Kyler this week, and their defense is gonna shut down a very hurt and broken down Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, like you guys both said, I love the Seahawks. Minnesota doesn't look like they're like anything good. Kirk Cousins is on his last limb, I believe, as a quarterback in the NFL.
Defense looks terrible again.
Defense, they're slow. Only bright side, Dalvin Cook, but you can only give him the ball so many times. He's
banged up too.
And he's banged up this week. That's another reason. Yep.
And Alexander Matheson is at the backup running back.
He's not the guy. He got to start last year. It was terrible.
He's not that guy, pal. So I'm going to go there with that. And then I also have the Giants -3. I personally still believe in Danny Dimes. I for some reason.
Wow.
I do. I don't know. There's something about him. I don't know. And I don't know. I think I like them -3 against a very, very poor looking Atlanta Falcons. I think Matt Ryan's just about near his tenure as a quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
He's done after this year.
Yeah, he's.
I mean, you guys have seen it too. It's
bad.
Not the MVP.
He can't move.
MVP caliber. It's not the MVP
he's following the path of Joe Flacco, where all of a sudden he can't move anymore, and then that's the end. He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's just going to sit the sidelines. He might not. He's not he'll hang around exactly like Joe Flacco.
Am I right with you there, George?
Just rotate rosters and be that emergency quarterback.
What's the line there, George, that you're betting? Can you repeat that?
-3, and the odds are -109. So
I kind of like that.
I like the Giants' offense that they got going.
Saquon's getting ramped up more too.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard, awesome. Saquon's going to get there hopefully soon. And then they just got other weapons that they can use in that offense. And I just like the Giants.
I wish they used their first round pick on an offensive lineman and not Kadarius Toney.
Should have.
I couldn't agree more.
They got good receivers.
Seen that guy on the field? I've not seen that guy on the field.
They have good receivers. They have Slayton, Shepard, Galladay. It's like
you got Ingram, who's a decent tight end.
Also, speaking about draft picks, I think the Bengals really messed that up. I mean, Jamar Chase is a really good wide receiver. Don't get me wrong.
Penny Sewell
at that. Yeah. He was sitting there for you guys, a generational left tackle to protect Joe, and the Bengals already had weapons. So, I mean,
Max.
Yeah, you're getting a great receiver in Jamar Chase, yes, but
what happened to Joe Burrow last year? Though he tore his ACL.
And he's getting hit a bunch this year already.
He's getting hit a ton. He can't be too happy right there down there in Cincinnati. And then I love Dallas at -4 against the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. I think last weekend was a sign that that Cowboys don't need to throw the ball 60 times for 500 yards for Dak to win. He just needs. I mean, against some of these games, he just needs to manage it and not make mistakes. Yes, he had an interception last week, but I think this is in Dallas. It's the primetime game, right? That's what we were saying.
Monday night,
yeah. So I'm really liking that number for the Cowboys there, and I think that's it for NFL on Sunday, and then baseball picks I'll have out tomorrow morning on the Action app. So follow me there. I was 4-1 today in baseball, so
yeah, you guys have been hot baseball.
Yeah, so
I will say I swept the table. I swept the table yesterday. Yeah, I swept the table yesterday too. Am I muted?
So
there you go.
Oh, I said I swept the table yesterday, but I didn't bet any baseball today. But baseball's been nice to us. Baseball's been nice.
Yeah, one last one. Jordan, you done?
Yeah, I'm good. You go ahead.
Monday night game. I would take the Packers at 49ers.
Sunday night,
3.5. Sunday night. I keep mixing up these games.
No, you got it right last time. So that was my bet. But no. Yeah, I like that. You think the Packers are back?
They just, watching that last half, they got it out of the way. They started slow the season. Halftime hit, and they looked that looked like the Packers.
This might be the last time they have a line that's that close, because if the Packer back, like, that offense is pretty unstoppable. They make it to the conference finals every year.
The defense woke up too. They didn't give up a point in the second half. They looked awful in the first half.
I like that.
Now, how much is that? Just golf being bad, but I like the Packers on the road getting 3.5.
I do too. Yep.
Spread. I'd go spread there. But that's another one I like.
I like it. I will say my other mortgage lock that I was going to tease and then not say, I already said, it's just the Las Vegas game. So my two were Las Vegas and Seattle. I love both of those. I really, really do. I'd be shocked if both of those teams don't win. And I like the spreads on both of those.
Where are you throwing your mortgage at, Jordan? Most confident bet of the week.
For this week, if I was to do so, I would probably – I'm going to go – the Seahawks. I'll probably do it. I hate doing it because it's a bad feeling I have, but I would put it on the Seahawks -1.5 this week.
I like it. I've strong
in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Or you said UCLA, right?
Yeah, mine's already. I mean, you go look at what I bet on. You could look at the amounts I bet.
Yeah.
I doubled my amount for UCLA game. So
yeah, that's one thing I do want to point out is that on the app, you can see what our amounts are. So you can see we're like legitimately betting these games. We're not just throwing out these picks like. I don't know how much more there's the whole betting thing is people get mad that people who give out picks don't actually bet them. Well, we are betting these. They're on the app. You can see the amounts we're betting them. So
and you can see our records. We're not lying about the records.
Yeah, everything's on there. And actually, my record's worse than it actually shows because I got free plays and all that from betting being you guys in Arizona. I got some dumb bigger lines and I just didn't even include them on there. So we're off to a good start and excited about it. And anything else, boys? Anything you want to cover, besides sports, pop culture? I don't know. And at the end is where we kind of mess around. We've been going for a good chunk here, though. I think
we're over an hour. But my last.
Are we really? Oh my god!
Yeah, my last words is, "Let's ride, baby."
Let's ride. That's the theme of this thing. We're gonna ride this thing to the death. This is super fun. Betting's just if you want to get on the train, you want to get on the saddle, ride with us, let's do it because it's going to be fun.
Hey, first step, just get the Action app, turn the notifications on, see what we bet.
And the
if
follow.
you don't even want to bet, just see
it's
if
just
we
fun
win.
to watch. See if we win. It's like, see if you want to jump on it.
If you're riding us, let's ride together. Let's have a mow.
For sure. Have a mow. One other thing, we used to have guests on this thing too. Now that it's Zoom and we're all part, it'd be easy to get another guy in here. If you want to come on, that'd be awesome. Give us your picks. I know there's some of our friends, our fellow degenerates like ourselves. So it'd be fun to have. So if you guys all want to hop on, that'd be dope. Other than that, follow us I think it's at the JSB Show. Probably should know what our handle is. I'm pretty sure it's just at JSB Show. Some of you probably already follow us from 3 years ago and you don't know it because we haven't tweeted since like 2019. Appreciate it. Stick around. We're going to keep this thing going. We're going to do this, probably try and get out 1 or 2 a week. I will be back home next weekend with Jordan. I actually be home for 2 weeks. So Jordan and I'll be together from the good old Caldwell Center, as we used to call it. So we'll get that and get Sterling on with the Zoom. But
it's been good, y'all.
It's great to be back, boys.
It's beautiful faces.
Twitter at the JSB Show.
At the JSB Show. We have an Instagram. I don't think we know any of the Instagram details, so don't look for us there. Should be out on Spotify. We'll get the details out on Twitter. And this filming of us, if you want to see our beautiful faces, will probably either be on YouTube or Spotify. I'm not sure. But other than that, boys, let's ride this weekend. Hey, let's get some wins. Let's make some money.
Let's get hot. Let's
do it. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys early next week and hopefully wrap up another winning weekend. Welcome back to the JSB Show. Good to be back, boys.
Good to be back, boys. Thank you, guys.
Let's go.